Hey, thanks so much for tuning in to today's video. I just received my first paycheck for the month of March. So in today's video, we are going to be cash stuffing that. Now, I will just mention that I have already worked out my budget. I have done that within my app called Budget Bestie. And if you're curious about that process, I did share a video which is posted just before this one. So be sure to check it out. So I'm going to start off here by counting my cash, make sure that I have the correct amount here on hand, and then we're going to dive in. All right, so we're working with $15.30, which is the correct amount, right on. So I always love to start with cash stuffing my variable expense binder. So these are envelopes that I use on the regular. So first up, I'm going to be adding money to my dining out. I'm going to be putting $75 in there. And these amounts are enough for myself for a 2-week period. I'm paid bi-weekly. Okay, moving on now to my grocery envelope. It's going to be getting $150. Oops. My fun envelope, I'm adding $15. Oops. I like to exchange bills whenever I can. Then we've got household will be getting 10. I've got 40 in here, so let's swap that out for 50. And then my gas envelope will be getting 80. Oops. So what's really fun about my app is I can see a recommended amount to be putting into these envelopes based on my past spending. So that's always really fun. Okay, then let's cash stuff. Let's do this in order of my binders here. So we're gonna add to my monthly savings challenge. So with this challenge, every month I have to add the amounts that are indicated on the back of the envelope. So we're on March here. There's 4 amounts. I get 2 paychecks this month, so I'm gonna be filling the first 2 here. And when all 12 months are complete, I'm gonna have $5,000 saved. So what I'm actually gonna do is when I'm done this month is I'm gonna take the first 3 months worth of money and deposit it into my account. And I think what I'll actually do is invest it into my first home savings account. So you can put the money in there and then you can invest it into something. So that is my plan with this. And I think by doing it 3 months at a time, that works for me. Okay. All right, so we've got 180 saved, right on. I think right on is the phrase of the day. I'm very tired. Anyways, let's move on here. We've got my emergency savings fund. This is a higher priority for me right now. So with this one, you'll see here I have these 2 place card holders. That represents that I have $2,000 currently sitting in my high interest savings account. And then I'm doing this challenge. So every time I complete it, it's another $1,000 saved. I currently have $250 in there, and I'm going to be adding $300 to it today. It's my goal to have 3 months worth of expenses saved. Okay. Hoping in the next 2 paychecks to have this challenge completed again. Moving on to my Christmas envelope. This is one that I do add to every single time. I'm just putting $20 in it today. I can't seem to find my red pen, or Sharpie, I should say, and it's driving me nuts. So I guess we're getting a row of green light bulbs on here for now. So I currently have 1, 20, 40, 60, 180 saved. And my end goal is 600 on that one. And that's just to cover like any events that happen at Christmas time as well as presents for my nieces and nephews. Vacation is getting 50. This is also one that I do try to add to every single time. So I now have 250 saved. I went on vacation in January, so I started this challenge when I got back. Whoops. So those are my sinking fund slash savings challenges that I got going on right now. And then these are my sinking funds. So Hank is my parents' dog, or not Hank, oh my gosh. Hank was my dog who passed away a few months ago. But Ford is my parents' dog, and he's actually currently in my house right now. He comes over and visits quite often, and he often expects some kibble or something when he's here. He's quite cute. So I do like to buy dog food and have it on hand for him. So I'm not adding to this envelope today. I've got $30 in there. My bedroom overhaul, I finally bought my dresser. I still have some money in here, and I'm going to be putting that towards some decor pieces for my room. So I'm not adding to that either right now. I'm not adding to my gift envelope. Let's see how much we have right now. I do have some birthdays coming up. 290 saved. I think that will cover me for a bit. So I'll probably start adding to it again next pay period. Costco I'm also not adding to, but let's see where we're at. I don't seem to get to Costco too often because it's quite a haul for me to get to. 120, 40, 60. I got 180. And when I go, it'll probably be buying like bulk toilet paper and paper towel, just like essential items, not so much food. So clothing I'm not adding to either, but let's see where we're at. 135. So you don't have to add to your sinking funds every payday. It honestly just depends on like your priorities when you're doing your budget that paycheck. So, and just how much money you have to allocate everywhere. I am going to be adding to my beauty envelope though. It is getting 20, so that brings me to 70. I have a ton of Shoppers reward points right now. So I'm waiting for them to have another promo, and then I think I'll buy like a bunch of makeup with it. So I don't know, we'll see, but we'll keep adding to that in the meantime. Medical is going to be getting 20 as well. Let's exchange these bills. So we've got $100 in the medical. And that's just to cover like, I now have migraine prescription, a migraine prescription, sorry, but I only take it when I absolutely have to. So that will cover that. And then Advil and Tylenol and Band-Aids and whatnot, because for the most part, medical is free in Canada. Okay, so now I guess we're moving on to actually, let's do this. My 2024 savings challenge. There's 52 envelopes in here. So the whole premise is to complete one a week. I'm paid bi-weekly, so I do fill 2 every payday. When I'm done this challenge at the end of the year, I'm going to have $2,024 saved. This is a challenge that I have created. I've come up with these numbers randomly. They range in value from $10 to $75. I did this challenge last year and saved $2,023, and it's what I used for my vacation fund. So I'll probably be putting this towards my vacation fund again. So the 2 envelopes I'm going to be filling today are 35 and 40. As you can see, I have no 10s. When I went to the ATM, they didn't have 10s. It's very rare that my ATM has 10s, and I just can't be bothered to go inside and speak to a teller, so we're using 5s. I also tend to go to the bank after hours because it just works with my schedule. So anyways, $40. I find this challenge relatively easy. You can do it in any order that you want. So if there is a paycheck where you just don't have as much money to allocate towards it, you could focus on your lower numbers. And when you have a little bit excess one payday, you could focus on a higher number. I just seem to be doing it in the order this time, but I might switch it up. We'll see. All right, and the last thing to cash stuff is my 100 envelope savings challenge. I like to focus on the larger numbers first, and I am rounding up as much as I can, or I am rounding up every envelope to the nearest 5. So we are going to be doing this one here, which means all these ones are full now. So it's getting $90. Then we're going to do this whole page. It is my priority right now to get this challenge completed and out of the way. And I think I'll also be putting this money, as soon as I'm done, into my first home savings account again. I want to max it out again this year, which is $8,000 I'm allowed to contribute again this year. and then 86, or 90, I should say. Now, I know I'm putting money towards my first home savings account. No idea if I'm actually ever going to be able to afford a home in Canada, but might as well just throw some money into it for now. It's similar to like an RRSP in the sense that it's a tax, like you're not taxed on the money that you put in there. So that helps a little bit. And if I don't end up buying a home, don't quote me. I think you have, oh, I have to look. I want to say it's 10 years, but I'm not sure. But if you don't buy a home, you can actually just transfer it over to your RSPs. Okay, so we're gonna move on now to 3 more envelopes here. I'm gonna go to the lower area. We're gonna do these 3. It's always so rewarding when I get to the end when I'm filming and I've actually done it right. I'm not left with any leftover money. If you've seen some of my videos, sometimes I get to the end and I have an extra bill because I've obviously messed up somewhere. Anyways, that's done. So now I'm just gonna shade it in here on the tracker. I'm doing an awful job here. Okay, and then we did these 3. Whoops. So I'm also keeping track of all of my savings challenges. Like I said, every time I budget exactly where I'm putting my money. So I know how much money at a moment's glance within my app. So I'm in the app here, and then we've got my 100 envelope savings challenge, and you can see my end goal is 5,050. It's actually going to be higher than that though, because I am overstuffing this challenge, but I currently have like half that. I've got $2,515 saved. So although this tracker isn't like overly filled yet, I have been tackling the larger envelopes, which adds up. So yeah, I absolutely love that in the app. If I'm like out shopping and I want to know how much money I have left anywhere, it shows. So yeah. Anyways, that concludes today's cash stuffing. Thank you so much for joining in. Be sure to leave a comment below. I would absolutely love to hear from you all. And yeah, have a great day, everybody. Bye.